Hi, welcome back for another guitar lesson. Today's guitar lesson is going to be Jimi Hendrix based, and we're going to be taking a look at his double stops and his chordal embellishments. These are a hallmark of his style of playing, and I hope you really enjoy it. So we're going to be looking at the chord progression of Bold as Love. That's what we're going to use for an example, at least part of it, because there are a ton of double stops and chordal embellishments that I take from my own playing. It's just, great to get inspiration from. And so let's dive right into it. So we're going to be using a lot of thumb over bar chords, or Hendrix chords is what I like to call them, because he uses them a lot. So does John Mayer, Stevie Ray Vaughan, a ton of guitar players. It's just a nice way to fret your bar chords, and that leaves it open for that pinky. And that kind of stuff. So let's get into it. So I'll go over how to do the first one. So you just put your thumb on the root note of the low E. You're muting the fifth. And then you have your root, third, fifth, and then your root again down here. So that's thumb over for A major on the 5th fret, and then muting 5th. And then you have another A right here, and that's going to be 7th fret of the D string. And then you have your 3rd, which is going to be middle finger on the 6th fret of the G string. And then B and E, barred at 5. And that's just going from an A, sliding up, maybe a rake up first, and then you just hit the low E and slide down to an E open chord, E major. And that's going to be our first little hammer-on embellishment. And then you're just putting your pinky, while you have your E major shape, onto the 2nd fret of the G string. Okay, so first 2 chords. And then our 3rd chord is just an F sharp minor with our thumb over, and here's our first. You can call that just hammer on. It's kind of like a double stop hammer on. That's what I kind of want to get to, right? Because you're barring G, B, and E on the 2nd fret. And then I'm just focusing on striking the G and B strings with my pick, hammering onto those on the 4th fret, or on the G string 4th fret, and then ending up on the D string 4th fret. And that gives us that. Right, that's very Hendrix sounding. That's just that nice full double stop, right? That could be, it's kind of a chord embellishment because you're playing with the chord a little bit. You're not just strumming, right? That sounds good, but we have this. Almost sounds like there's more going on there. So our first 3 chords. And then he goes to D. Right, he just hits that root note. Hits the rest. We have a little embellishment there. So if you have your D chord, you're barred a little bit. First 2. So the A string and the D string, 5th fret, you just move that up. Now you just move that up to an E chord. E chord shape. And then you're just hammering 9th fret of the D string, pulling off, and then 9th fret of the A string. And then you go to an A embellishment, right? Because the chord progression would be A, E, F sharp minor, D, But instead of coming back to this full chord, he just double stops right here. That's barred B and E, 5th fret, to B and E, a 7th fret. Just hammer on and off. And then he goes to E, but he goes to E right here. Right? This is the full chord. It's an inversion. But if you just have your pointer finger on the 4th fret of the G string, and then your middle finger, 5th fret of the B string, and then you hammer on with your ring finger to the G string, 6th fret, you get a partial E chord, and that's the double stop with a hammer on. And that sounds very like Hendrix to me. And you can take this, and move it all over the neck. Let's say you're in B, G, right? It's very, very useful, these little embellishments and double stops and everything like that. So if we get back to Bold as Love, we're on A to E, and then back to F sharp minor. Right? And that's the same exact little phrase we did before, or chordal embellishment. And then we're on D, and the chord progression is D, C sharp, or D, D flat, but it's D, C sharp to A. You're just working it down, but you can just move that root. And that's very nice and smooth. To A, to B, right? And B minor, and you can do this for a lot of minor chords. Well, any minor chord that you fret like this, you can take that ring finger, hammer on. Since we're on B, you'd be, so that's the one fretting your root note, again, just an octave up. Hammer on to the G string, 9th fret, hammer on, pull off, and then back to the D string, your root. Right? And that's a nice embellishment that you can use in a ton of other songs or your own rhythm playing. Okay. So let's go over what we have a little bit and what you can use. We have our A, slide up. Nice little E chordal embellishment. F sharp minor with that double stop hammer on. To D. To A, but using our double stop. To E. Back to F sharp minor. To D. C sharp, A. Right? We can use that embellishment too, and that works for every major chord. You're just putting your pinky, for A anyway, one below your root. That's why we like to have that pinky free. B minor, embellishment. Back to G, D, to A. Right? Right, and that can get you to that solo part. But the main reason of this little lesson was these nice little hammer-ons, double stops that sound like Hendrix to me. Right, and you can take them for your own playing and do them all over the neck. Alright, well I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I know it was fairly short, but if you want more of an in-depth explanation, go ahead and leave a comment. But I hope that gets you a little bit of what you want. This is what, when I hear this style of playing, that's what I wanted to know what he was doing. These nice, right? They're just nice chordal embellishments that can really elevate your playing if you don't already incorporate them. Alright, well I hope you have a great day and stay safe, and I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye.